Here's Will, and he works for a prestigious manufacturing company in the inventory department. Thanks to his diligent personality and organization capacity, he oversees managing and recording the materials used daily. He has daily challenges with his coworkers because they generate problems, especially due to lack of order or missing information. But hey, it's part of the job, huh? And with some calculations and willpower, he always manages to solve almost all of them. Most of them didn't have opportunities for progress in their childhood due to political conflicts in their origin countries, wars, education, poverty, etc. However, they continue forward and their biggest impulse is to get their children ahead, and they are achieving it thanks to the company, and for which they are grateful. One day, while Will was cleaning his area, he found inside a trash can some strange folders for that place. As soon as he reviewed them, he realized that they were the financial statements of the company. He found with concern that the profit percentage were getting smaller. Costs were growing faster than sales. But the report didn't talk about solutions or internal plans to doing better, only blaming external reasons such as rising commodities price instead. Will knew that sooner or later, the whole company would be in trouble along with its legacy and the dreams of the families that depend on that. He felt that he had to do something and look for help, but few people gave him enough importance. After all, Will only had the inventory guy, not the CFO, they said. So Will decided to investigate the underlying problem on his own, and took advantage of his computer skills and some bosses that granted him access to other departments and reports. One day, at the fire warehouse, Will was reviewing some material yield calculations. But suddenly, he was surprised by Jerome, the oldest boss of all, who had gone there looking for all belongings, because it was his last day in the company. Jerome told him and explained everything he knew about the true root cause of the company's financial situation, and told him these words. Well, as you can see, I am already 80 years old, and I gave everything I had to this company. It is too late for me to face this new challenge. Well, only remember the following. Understanding the root cause of the problem is the half of the solution, but the other half is the leadership to carry it out. Finally, Will, thanks to this, understood that the rising of costs and the slow growth of sales have one common unique reason. This reason is the lack of self-accountability culture. This is the root cause of other symptoms, such as missing and incomplete information, difficulty for leading effectively, hiding of failures by staff, instead share them for solving the root cause, bad follow-up and miscalculation of material yields, rise of costs and less price competitiveness, harder follow-up production time status, failure to fulfill with delivery dates, loss of customer trust, so less customer rotation. And finally, an environment where it's harder to close new clients' deals. But what is the self-accountability culture means? That is the sum of three things. 1. The ability to appropriate and take responsibility for your own good and bad results. The second thing is motivation to improve constantly and achieve the goals expected. And 3. No matter the lower or higher your position is, you meet the two previous things. And this last one is the most important of the three. Once Will returned to his day-to-day work in his department, he began to show that he now was more than a supervisor. Now he is a leader, sharing ideas and seeding his team with the fundamental principles of self-accountability culture. Don't blame, don't excuse, just solutions. No solution? Then you haven't tried enough. Gradually, Will achieved the confidence on his team and was able to apply the 3 steps that Jerome told him. Step 1. Measurable expectations. Well-defined targets and measurable indicators for the department and for each team member. First, he periodically is hearing his team and learning more about its micromanagement issues. Allow them actively to participate in the solution design process. Second, he creates goals easy measuring, reading, and following up. And third, he finally shared these goals with the team. Step 2. Systematization and public recognition. Will used his ability to create fun and computer apps to digitalize the day-to-day work, so everyone could record their activities and measuring their performance themselves in real time. The source of tools led the whole company to recognize each other's efforts, and Will often congratulate his team and highlight the best skills of each of them. Step 3. Follow-up, coaching, and empowerment. Will and his team started meetings every 2 weeks to evaluate their own performance and improve processes together. He now teaches to do what he knows as your own with him. He also wholesalely distributes tasks among the team and ceased to be a bottleneck in the operation. The stress was reduced at the same time as productivity skyrocketed across the department. These achievements were the best example to motivate other leaders, and soon we'll have them to replicate it in their own departments. Now, this important manufacturing company is shining again. Information is accurate and reliable. The cases of furious and frustrated customers almost disappeared. Now, it's very common to see sales people giving tours to new clients around the factory and closing new deals, and less often to see customer services staff worried across the company trying to resolve complaints. Several lost clients came back as the company regained its credibility about being punctual in deliveries. The cost of goods had fallen so much, and sales had grown as it didn't do a long time ago. Using the self-accountability culture as its flag, the company was once again thriving as its founders envisioned it. On the other hand, Will was eventually recognized as an innovative and courageous leader, and for this new company's age, he was called to control an ambitious project with a new client, which has the potential to double revenues in the following years. Not before that, the CEO gave him a piece of advice that will always last in the Will's mind.
Well, remember, it takes months to find a customer, seconds to lose one.
Then, Will catch the challenge and promised to him his best effort and loyalty.